Oh, well, hello and welcome back to another episode here on Creative Instruct. Again, I'm filming from Prague, decided to go a bit out, enjoy the good weather, not too hot and not too cold. Beautiful summer. Now, a couple of myths I want to destroy today on the channel. Actually, those are things that upset the UX UI experts, the design community, people that invested plenty of years and that are actively involved in the workforce. And oftentimes you hear things thrown left and right. So here it goes. I'm gonna start with number one, and that's UX is easy. Okay, I heard people saying that, and frankly, I believe you might be able to say such thing after 10, 12, 15 years in the workforce. But even then, as a practitioner, you won't find it easy. There are multiple moving parts, okay, from understanding the problems, being able to solve the problems or come with solutions more or less ideal to those problems, involving the stakeholders, the clients, being able to deal with the developers, and the list goes on. Not to mention the amount of tools you need to have good control over in order to deliver. Whoever tells you that UX is easy, again, I think they're just dreaming of UX, or they just want to think it's easy, because it hasn't been easy ever. Okay, so that's just one of those things you're gonna hear or read on the internet. Number two, that you can become a UX expert or UX designer in less than 3 months. No, those people have experience, and some of them will admit, if you follow them at the point, they will admit that they have some experience coding. Yeah, maybe they've been some front-end developer for 2 or 3 years, or they've been an online marketeer. So they were product related, they were involved in a product team, and they stayed close to the designers, being able to observe what kind of tools designers use, how they think, how they talk, and how they execute. And then to make the transition, yeah, from a technical role to another technical role, because UX at the end of the day, it's a technical role. That's why salaries, yeah, similar to those of a developer, is not that difficult. Still, I would say those are exceptions. Yeah, once in a while, someone will manage to get into the UX field in less than half a year, let's say. Yeah, less than 6 months. So honestly, it's not that common. Do bear in mind that they are also leveraging their network, yeah, their contacts. They might have friends working in the industry, they might have a good recommendation, they might already have something to showcase and talk about, yeah, to make the portfolio. Because if you're a good front ender, to put together a portfolio, if you understand the structure of a UX UI case study, is not that difficult. Okay, I'm gonna move to the third one which I find quite upsetting, that UX salaries are big. Okay, that everyone makes a lot of money as a UX designer. Again, I would say it really depends on the market, on your negotiation skills, on the company size, the budget approved for the teams, for the UX UI department, for the research department, R&D, okay, how they call it. But not all of the UX designers make six-figure salaries. I've posted a couple of stories like that. I know people personally that indeed they make over 6 figures, and it really depends. But to be frank over here, for someone new, okay, someone with less than 2 years of experience, to land a job and from the first day they step foot into a company to have such salary, it's not so common. Okay, another thing, quite funny story, or actually what happened in a conversation with a student I mentored. We had only a couple of sessions, And even from the beginning, the student kept asking about the salaries in the industry. I would say it's just the wrong mindset. Your main focus to be the money that you're gonna make, because you won't last long, okay? And your motivation is gonna fade out quick. And they were trying to argue and debate that the UX researcher makes more money compared to the UX designer. Again, I would say that not everyone becomes a UX researcher. You need a different skill set to be a UX researcher. On top of that, yeah, the ratio, you might have one UX researcher to three or four designers, and one designer to 6 7 developers. So try to be humble, especially in the beginning. I started by doing volunteering work, by taking an internship which was unpaid. Now about internships we're gonna talk in a different episode, and build up the skill set that you need. Build up your network, get to know the work, get to know the mindset of the people you're working with, the projects, the problems that come, and the salary. Yeah, later on, you're gonna have a good salary. I'm pretty sure of that. But it comes through work. Okay, what you give is what you get. Let's move to the next one. I heard it. Yeah, anyone can be a designer. Anyone can become a UX expert. Well, it's like saying anyone can play football. Yeah, I think it is just different, because the way you gonna approach UX, let's say with half a year or 1 year of experience, is gonna be different from the way I approach UX, or someone else that has several years in different companies, different industries, and different projects. Again, it's debatable, this one. I think it takes a while, yeah, for you to actually be a practitioner. Okay, last one on my list, that it's hard to start. No, it's hard to get a job. To start with UX nowadays, there are plenty of resources. Okay, things I didn't have like 12 years ago, when Facebook was in its early beginnings, or YouTube. Nowadays, you have plenty of resources, free access to those resources actually, and also communities where you can pay a reasonable fee and gain knowledge, okay, from the experts that you meet there, from people that are willing to share knowledge with you, to provide advice, and specialized courses, okay, dedicated to whatever skills you need to develop. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. What are some other myths or things you hear that sound too good to be true, that might not be true? I'm really curious to hear every one of you out, and I'll see you in the next episode.